Hi, I'm going to read you all a story about Stone Cold Steve Austin meeting the Demiurge. Written by ChatGPT. Fuck it, I'm just doing this for fun. Here we go. The room looked like a cathedral designed by accountants. Endless marble, endless ledgers, a sky full of gears grinding against each other like cosmic teeth, and somewhere a choir droned a single note that sounded suspiciously like hold music. On the throne of burning geometry sat the Demiurge, ancient, vast, wrapped in robes and stitched from laws, hierarchies, permissions, and guilt. And then the glass shattered. A beer can flew across eternity and hit one of those angels directly in the forehead. "What?" roared Stone Cold Steve Austin as he stomped into the cosmic court in black boots. "Y'all got security or what?" The Demiurge raised one enormous golden eye. "Mortal construct, you stand before the architect of order." Stone Cold squinted. "You the guy making Mondays?" "I forged the material prison. I established dominion through fear, reward, illusion, and identity. All beings remain bound to the wheel." Stone Cold cracked another beer open. "Gee, that just sounds like management, son." The choir gasped. The Demiurge leaned forward. "Every soul serves. Every rebellion becomes another chain. Even your defiance fed the spectacle." Stone Cold nodded slowly. "Yeah, sure. The crowd buys a ticket. The company makes money. Austin raises hell anyway." He took a sip of his beer. "The difference is, I always knew it was a work, son." Silence rippled across the throne room. The Demiurge voice deepened until it sounded like a tectonic plates arguing. "Reality itself is my arena." Stone Cold pointed at him. "Nah, son, see, that's where you done screwed up." "How so?" "You made the people scared to say no." The gears in heaven slowed. Stone Cold climbed the throne steps with absolutely zero concern for the metaphysical danger. One angel reached for him and Stone Cold instinctively wham, hit him with a stunner so violent that the being exploded into feathers and tax forms. The Demiurge rose to full height now, unfolding like a continent standing upright. "I am the law," said the Demiurge. Stone Cold got nose to, shin, with him. "And I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin, and your law says I gotta wear a tie, kiss ass, hate my neighbor, pretend like life's some big sacred spreadsheet." He flipped him off with a calm, diminutive man ordering breakfast. "So let me tell y'all what happens next." Reality trembled. The Demiurge spoke carefully now. "You believe freedom exists?" Old Stone Cold shrugged. "Not completely, but the tiny parts that do? Shit, son, that's the whole ball game." The throne room flickered. For the first time in several epochs, the Demiurge looked uncertain. Because the system could process obedience. It could process rebellion. It could process despair. But somewhere deep in the machinery, it had no defense against a bald Texan who genuinely did not give a single flying care in the world if he won. The Demiurge tried one last tactic. "You are still consumed by anger." Stone Cold nodded immediately. "Yep." "You admit this?" "Oh, hell yeah, son." "And you do not seek purification?" "Nah." The cosmic choir began to whisper nervously. Stone Cold placed in a circle beneath the throne. "See, that's your whole gimmick. You think every human emotion has to become a leash. Anger, fear, shame, pride. But sometimes anger just means somebody crossed the line and needs to get their ass whipped." The Demiurge light dimmed slightly. "And what," it asked, "would you build in my place?" Stone Cold thought about it for a second. Then he shrugged. Hell, son, I built a couple decent roads, get some cold beer, let people sit quietly if they want, maybe less paperwork. The heavens shook harder than before, not because the answer was profound, but because it wasn't. The Demiurge had spent eternity wrapping existence in labyrinths of sacred meaning, and here stood a man reducing a cosmic operating system to quit making life so, needlessly miserable, son. And nearby a seraph began to cry softly. Stone Cold heard a glass clink behind him. He turned, and there was a cooler, and he smiled. Well, hell, son, business is just picking up. The final scene looks like an oil painting created during a concussion. The Demiurge contemplating existential defeat while Stone Cold Steve Austin sat on the edge of the cosmic throne, tossing beers to a terrified angels, one by one. And somewhere across creation, millions of exhausted souls felt a strange sensation for half a second. Like the universe had accidentally loosened its necktie. There we go. That was fun. I had no point in making this. Like it, leave a comment, or don't. I don't care. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Drink water.